Welcome to a rather messy, kind of in transition reptile room. So I've got a couple reptiles. I don't have a ton, so it's kind of like a mini tour. We kind of have different sections, but the room is in transition. What used to be Gecko Corner over here is now really Gecko-less corner, except for the one. What's up, dude? Because a lot of my geckos are getting moved over here. He's gonna get a new setup. We're gonna talk all about that. We're gonna start over here, go over here, and then end over there. So yeah, let's do it. Okay, so the first animal here is beloved by many, and it is also the oldest reptile here in the reptile room tour. I've had her for about 6 to 7 years. This is, of course, Cosmo, who is hidden away in that coconut hide there. I'm not gonna pull her out like I will some animals on the tour, just surely because she's been battling illness for a while now, elapsed pregnancies, and stuff like that. So unfortunately, sometimes things like that happen. It's been a very difficult situation. And, you know, I appreciate, you know, coming and helping her every day, you know, nurturing her. So, hopefully she can become better. And I've been working with her a little bit today. I've seen some improvements, but, you know, we're hoping for the best. So I don't really want to stress her out right now. I'm just gonna let her chill. So yeah, this is Cosmo, a leopard gecko. If you don't know who she is, you can go to my Instagram or things like that to see her. And if you don't have the link to my Instagram, it's in previous videos. But if you comment on the videos that I'm doing like this, you just comment, I'll give you the username, and you can check out photos of her. She was out today drinking water, so that's Cosmo. Sorry, I paused for a second just because neighbors outside are yelling weird things. It's okay. Next, we'll get to them. So I have a pair of African fat-tailed geckos that live in this enclosure. I'll grab one and I'll bring it out, show you guys, just let you guys see exactly what they are. I'm hoping they're getting ready to produce. Because above here I also have an incubator. That incubator won't be there, it will be over there, as that will be an incubation area. But let me grab one of these guys. But this is their enclosure, set up with a heating pad. Hers is a 20-gallon long, with just so she knows it's night and day. These guys are not as picky, they're in a 10-gallon. I've wanted to expand it, but I don't know if I should, because I'm thinking about getting another African fat-tailed gecko, putting it there. But, you know, it's a day-by-day process, so I just want to start a breeding program with African fat-tailed geckos. So that's where this nursery will go eventually. But let me grab one of them. So here's the female. She was recently a little bit skinnier, which leads me to believe she may be pregnant again. So I've kind of upped the humidity in the enclosure. They're probably one of the animals that, you know, I don't get to work with as often. They're kind of skittish. Not super skittish though. I can still handle them and stuff, and I do. But with most of my animals, they come out a lot. But this is wandering away African fat-tailed gecko doesn't come out super often. She's still kind of, you know, she is relatively chill, but if she's pregnant, she's obviously not gonna. So keep an eye on it. She will put on a considerable more amount of weight, but we gotta keep an eye on it because I do think she's packing that weight in, and I have been feeding them a good chunk recently, but I don't think that would fully feed this guy. So really cool animal, but hopefully this clutch we can produce some eggs. I have an incubator, and you know, I'm hoping so. It's the second clutch she'll ever have. The first clutch wasn't fertile, so I'm hoping that the next clutch is, so I'm just gonna let her back down, and we're gonna move on to the next animal. So I'll see you there. Over here is my male leopard gecko. His name is Orion. Orion is the newest lizard here. He's been here for about 4 or 5 months now, so I'm not, rapidly additioning. I was, beforehand, I kind of got Nala and him relatively close together, but ever since then, it's, slowed down. I don't need to acquire a ton of reptiles. He's always had that little kink in his tail since he was born, apparently. That's the way that he came out of the egg. It was a lot worse when I got him at an expo, but I fixed it considerably. He's almost like a dog. He lets me pet him. It's kind of funny, but he's a really chill guy, and I want to get him out of this setup. I've just been waiting for a 20-gallon for a relatively good price to come up, and then a 20-gallon long, and then we can get him in a 20-gallon long, and hopefully get him a friend as well. It's been a goal of mine. Having baby leopard geckos, because this whole area will become like a nursery if things like that happen. So yeah, he's really good. I think he's about 1 to 2 years old, so he's in his prime for sure. I think later this year I'll be going to reptile expos, so I'll have to look for a female that's of good age. Now he's gonna go in his house, which is kind of funny because what I'm gonna do next is see if he wants to eat. Oh, he's not, he's just flipping around. So let's get him some food and see if he wants to eat. He was due for a big meal, so I'm giving him a couple more than I usually do. Let's see, he thinks the food is still right there. He's really food motivated. I think if he realizes, it might take him a minute to realize that the food is actually there. Oh, he's got it, he knows. He's hungry. He's gonna do that thing with his coat, and then he's gonna get one. That is good feeding right there. He's one of the best feeding responses I've ever met in an animal. Really likes his food. When I got him, he wasn't really skinny, but he was on the skinnier side. So we've taken some time to bulk him up, get that tail to a good size. And we've been, working him out. He likes to climb and stuff, so that's something that we're gonna add in his next enclosure. But yeah, he's a really good eater. He has, quite the appetite, quite the strike. Let's see if we can get him to get one more while we're filming. Oh, he's really thinking about it, but he doesn't know. He's positioning himself right so he can go get one, apparently, so he can strike. Oh, sometimes he has these misgrabs. That's okay. He'll reposition himself, he'll reset himself up to get another one, essentially. He just completely missed that time. But it doesn't take him long to finish off a plate, but you did get to see him eat one, so unless he's gonna set up here, I don't wanna keep this video go on forever. He's just gonna back out, essentially. Not back out, but it's gonna take him a minute to reset, so. That's Orion, my male leopard gecko. Over to the larger animals, this is by far the messiest animal that I own. I clean his enclosure, 2 times a week, and I, do the glass once a week, and he manages to destroy it so easily. This is Maximus Prime, my bearded dragon. He's still juvenile, but let me get him. This is Maximus. He's kind of hefty now, he's a big boy. He's not really gonna look at me, but he's got beautiful colors. I've always really loved bearded dragons. They've got this chill personality. But yeah, so he's about a year and a quarter years old, really about a year and 3 months. So still not completely out of the juvenile size yet, but he's getting pretty big now. That head on him, it's getting pretty big. He's the second largest lizard that I had. He used to be the smallest lizard that I owned, and he grew past Cosmo. And so yeah, then he was the biggest lizard for a little bit because I got those 2 over there, and he still wasn't, they still weren't bigger than him. And then the lizard below him beat him by a lot. But yeah, Maximus, he's got a 45 gallon She has a 40-gallon breeder. He's a 45-gallon. It's a big tank. I had a bearded dragon previous to him named Ego, who lived in this enclosure as a full-grown male. Ego passed away because Ego had some medical conditions, and I adopted him when he was older, just to give him that last life. They wanted to put him down, and he was living at school, but he was really happy, so we helped extend his life almost a year. So that was probably the most successful moment in my reptile career. You know, it's sad to see an animal go, but you know, with life that passes, there's always a new one. And we got this guy when he was about 3 months old, and he is just huge now. Oh my god, he's trying to throw himself. What is up, my climbing friend? So yeah, it's almost nighttime for him, so he's about to go to bed soon. So I'll put him back and get to the last one before it is completely bedtime. There he goes, up on the thing. That is Maximus, my bearded dragon. So let's go on to the last animal. So before you ask, I did try to put a plant in with her. It did not work. I also have this pepper plant now, and what remains of my pothos plant that is actually still alive. Cactus is doing well. This whole area needs remodeling. More of a streamlined area for plants to be growing rather than just a bunch of dirt things. Because up there, or just in areas in general, we're gonna plant some plants. So we're just gonna streamline the process, and it's gonna be okay. So here we go. This is Nala. She's a Indonesian blue-tongued skink. She's actually a subspecies of Indonesian blue-tongued skink called a Murkin blue-tongued skink. I'm probably saying that wrong, but no one ever told me how to pronounce it. I got her off of Craigslist. Oh yeah, the Craigslist, man. She's by far the biggest lizard that I own. If you just take a look at her, she's about 30 inches. I mean, that's a big lizard. A lot of people are like, whoa. She's definitely that eye-catching lizard for sure. That, you know, that eye popper. I'm gonna give her kind of a new height up. But yeah, she's that, you know, eye-catching, eye-popping lizard. She's come a long way. She used to be extremely afraid of encounters like this, and now she's doing better. But yeah, definitely, you know, that wow factor of an animal, just because of her sheer size. You know, it was always a goal for me to have that one animal that popped. Even though I love all of my animals, you know, so much, just to have an animal that was like, when people saw it, they were like, whoa, what is that? You know, that kind of big old lizard. And that's what, you know, Nala is. So she's really parked out for the night though. So that's all of my lizards. At the moment I have only 6, which is not a lot, but it is a good amount, more than the average human being, for sure. But you know, do your research when you own animals. I foster animals over the summer too, so there'll be more animals that do end up showing up here. But you know, that's really all of the animals. All the animals that you're seeing here are mine permanently. So yeah. And with that, that's really gonna end us off here today. I'm really gonna switch them over tonight because it's a little later than that clock says. But that's really it. Thank you guys. Peace out as always. This was the May 2023 Reptile Room Tour. No new animals, just some new setups. Hoping maybe for a couple new animals, but also for some babies. Thanks guys. Peace.